The fate of northern Israel was to be captured by the Assyrian Empire. Assyria would exile many of Israel's inhabitants, but this was not a one-time event. The capture and exile of Israel took over a decade and 3 kings of Assyria to accomplish. Long before the first Assyrian capture of Samaria, Israel's capital city, the kings of Israel paid tribute to Assyria. That is, they lost their political independence. The Bible and the Assyrian records name Menahem as the first king of Israel that paid tribute, and a heavy tribute at that. The man who took the throne from Menahem's son was named Pekah, and he led Israel in a rebellion against Assyria. They stopped payment and allied with other anti-Assyrian nations. At that time, the nation of Judah was being ruled by wicked King Ahaz and spoken to by the prophet Isaiah. Ahaz would not join the anti-Assyrian coalition and instead called to Assyria for aid. Fearsome Tiglath Pileser III, also called Pul in the Bible, began an invasion of Aram and northern Israel. Under Tiglath-Pileser, Assyria conquered Gilead and Galilee and deported most of the Israelis that lived there. This deportation is spoken of in the Bible, the records of Assyria, and is supported by archaeological findings in Galilee. There is a complete lack of material remains from this time period. Tiglath-Pileser's deportation was one way. The land was not resettled by him. The next wave of exile came with the destruction of Israel's city of Shechem, and most importantly with a 3-year siege and capture of Samaria, after its last king, Hoshea, also stopped paying their yearly tribute. This attack was led by Assyrian king Shalmaneser V, who deported native Israelites, but this time he resettled Lower Galilee and the area of Samaria with conquered exiles from elsewhere in his new empire. Sargon II was the next king of Assyria, and though Israel as a nation had been destroyed, another anti-Assyrian coalition that included Samaria popped back up, causing Sargon to besiege and recapture Samaria in 720 BC. It's believed that as Sargon captured more territory, he would occasionally resettle the area of Samaria, causing upheaval that discouraged rebellion. The fate of the Israelite exiles was diverse. Depending on their previous lives, skill sets, and likely in many cases their luck, Israelites could find themselves well-treated, trained, and in the service of the wealthy, powerful, and even royal. There have been Israelite names found in records showing that some of them were assimilated into the Assyrian workforce as laborers, merchants, government or city officials, as Assyrian priests, or in military service, even reaching high ranks. But many exiles were not so lucky. They appear as slaves and forced laborers, who were kept alive, to be sure, but would not have had easy or pleasant living conditions. Thanks for watching. Click the playlist on screen now to watch more spotlights. And if you want to read the full article, click the link in the description. You can always go to BibleDiscoveryTV.com for more videos, articles, and resources.